Hey guys, welcome back. It's Jax, and as you may notice here, I'm bald-faced for the first time in quite a while, actually. I don't think I'm going to keep it, but I'm having some issues with my cat getting on the desk. Down! I'm having some issues with my razor, so I had to go back to the old-fashioned edge style. And I don't know how to do that except to go completely bald. Ugh. I think it makes me look a little bit younger though. Anyway, I want to talk to you guys today because this week I discovered something wonderful and dangerous as hell. At least for me. I discovered Uber. Now, I know I'm a late adopter here. Most of you have already probably tried it. You know that it's, incredibly, ridiculously convenient and quite a bit cheaper than a traditional taxi. I didn't know the big difference until this week. I didn't know how much cheaper it was. It's still mind-boggling for me. But I tried it out this week because we had a horrendous amount of snow, and it has been just an absolute lifesaver, but so incredibly dangerous. Especially once the second driver introduced me to Uber Eats, which essentially is ordering from a restaurant, paying through the Uber app, and then an Uber driver comes and delivers it for you. I got this in large part because of convenience, okay? Because I worked at a pizza place and it was cheap and easy to eat pizza there. Because when I was working at the call center, I could afford to order pizza fairly frequently. And even after that, in London and when I first lived here, it was really convenient for me to order pizza instead of actually cooking for myself. That's why I did these cooking videos, because I'm trying, or I have tried to get past that. In fact, for the last year that I lived in this apartment, I had not ordered delivery once. Yay! Now we get to the bad side. So, like I said, I told you in the last video that this was a rough week for me. I was just incapable of anything. So, this week, I took an Uber to and from work basically every day. I mean, that's not entirely unreasonable. It was a week covered in snow, and I have a half-hour walk there and back, and I've been sick. It's not ridiculous for me to take an Uber to and from work, but it's a slippery slope. Especially when you add in that as soon as that second cab driver told me about Uber Eats, I essentially ordered it for lunch every day. And then, off the table, Kenji! And then, again, a couple times for dinner. See how slippery that was? I mean, I discovered Uber one day, took it for the whole week. Discovered Uber Eats, ordered almost all week. This is the kind of excessive convenience that always gets me. Okay, if it's too easy, then I'll do it, and I'll have a hard time stopping. And that brings me to another point. Many people have wondered why I don't drink. Okay, I've heard all kinds of speculation about it, from morality issues to, fear of what I'm like when I'm drunk. Honestly, it's not it. Okay, the issue is this. I have a very addictive personality. Okay, I've noticed this because, I started drinking energy drinks, and next thing you know, I was drinking every day and sometimes more than once a day. Okay, I started ordering pizza, ordered it constantly. Started taking cabs, took them constantly. Anything that makes my life easier, that lets me cut corners, I have a tendency to jump on board and ride to damnation, okay? I don't mean like religious damnation. I mean like chubby, lonely, single guy damnation. You know, my life is the hell that I'm living. um, Anything that's too convenient for me, I essentially cannot trust myself with. Which brings us to alcohol. I'm socially awkward at times. I have a hard time saying what I need to say to people in social situations, you know, like parties, date type things. I can't express myself very well. I get tongue-tied, I get stupid. So, I realized a long time ago, back in my teen years, when I was watching my friends go out and have a good time, and some of them would get drunk and they'd act wild, and I'd be like, you know, if I took a drink, or two, or three, if I got drunk like them, I could probably say the things I wanted to say. I could do the things I wanted to do. I could open up more. But even then, I recognized that weakness in myself, that addictive personality, and I knew that was probably the ultimate slippery slope for me. So many things in my life are harder because of my social awkwardness, that if this magic elixir would make me more comfortable and allow me to be more outgoing and express myself more, I wouldn't just do it in social situations. I would be drunk every day. I would. So it's never been a morality thing for me. Well, I mean, maybe when I was a young teenager, but the perspective on it since my mid-teens, and that has been that I know myself, and I don't particularly trust myself with something that I know can be addictive, and I know has ruined the lives of stronger people than me. That being said, it's still a temptation to a degree. I'd like to try it once. I'd like to experience it. I have a friend who I've made arrangements with. I said, I'll get drunk one time just to find out what it's like, but only once. And it has to be specifically, that event. That has to, it's an experience that I want to have, so I know what it's like, but it's not something that's going to be repeated. It's not something that's going to become a way of life for me, because I honestly can't trust myself. I mean, how sad is that? But it's true. Which brings me to another thing. Uber Eats. You gotta go. So, right here, right now, well, not right now because this is my phone is my light, but right after I post this video, the first thing I'm doing is uninstalling Uber Eats from my phone. I know it's ridiculously easy to put back on, but it's still a good, at least for me, first step in committing to not using it anymore. Okay, because it is too convenient. It is something that I could become dependent on, and I mean, I've already seen it to a degree because I haven't cooked dinner once this week. So, Uber Eats has got to go, and maybe there's a way to take my convenience addiction and make it work for me. Getting a personal trainer has not worked out at all. Okay, the last one I talked to was the guy who no-showed, and then an hour after he was supposed to be there, sent me a message going, "So where are we meeting?" As if we were meeting anywhere after he's already an hour late. Anyway, so that hasn't worked out. The gym membership hasn't been terribly good for me because, I mean, I paid for it, but the convenience isn't there. Like, I can't just walk 2 minutes, it's not that far actually, but it's not as convenient as, say, a treadmill at home or something along those lines. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I may try to start putting aside money forget the vacation fund for now. I'm going to put aside money to buy some in-home fitness equipment, specifically either a treadmill or an exercise bike. A friend of mine has gotten a lot further with her weight loss progress than I have. She looks great, but she told me the key for her when she first started out was an exercise bike she had in her home, and the key for maintenance has been having a treadmill in her home. So maybe that's something I should consider. Putting some money aside right now so that I can maybe just pick up a used treadmill. I don't think it has to be super new or super expensive. I mean, I don't need all the bells and whistles. I just need something that can handle my body weight and force me into running a bit. We'll see. So that's the goal I'm going to work on now. I'm going to try and save some money up for that. If anybody else has some ideas for how to make fitness convenient, post them in the comments below. If you have any more topics you want me to discuss, same deal, guys. I want to hear from you. So once again, if you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, tell your friends. Alright? I'll see you soon.